welcome back to the Woodland Reboot. We've got a lot going on here today as we get ready to lay down the conduit that's going to hold the electrical cable, the conduit that's going to run from the shop all the way down to the house site, and it's going to contain the cable that's going to bring the electricity down to the house site. Here's the trench for the electrical connection. Up at that end is Joel and his team working on the various connection issues. Blue is up there visiting with them, of course. Runs all the way down here along the trench line. And at this end, you've got Brody's team working to dig out some of the stone to create more of a ditch, because right in this area here, you can see the trench is maybe a foot deep. And then here the bedrock comes right to the surface, meaning that there's going to be quite a lump of concrete that encases, and it'll be up over the, it'll protrude through the ground. So they're breaking that up. I don't know how far they're going to come this direction towards me where I'm filming in order to break that up and join it in here, if they're just going to run it across the top and encase it there. But as you get closer to the house, I think you want to bury the pipe, bury the conduit, so that the cable is protected more. Guys are starting to attach the conduit together and feed.
I'll probably undo the fish and then I'll pull it the whole way so we have all the rope out.
Feeding the fish line through the conduit they've attached, and they'll just keep doing that all the way down. And then they just roll that in the bottom of the trench and it gets encased in concrete. Conduit is connected all the way from the utility pole. Can we see it around the corner there? You can see the wires up top and down to the build site here. Blue is giving it one good inspection. Conduit is connected to here, and the boys are digging a trench there through all that stone. Wow. Look at that. So they're digging that trench there. That'll go right to the side of the house, and you can see they've got this rope in the conduit. They're going to leave that there until the day that the cable arrives, and then they'll use that obviously to pull it through down to the house. Things are moving, a lot of activity, and bigger pile of hey, Blue, stay out of there. She likes to get right in there and say hi to everybody. Hey, come here. Come here. Stay here. Come here. There we go. Now they're going to start digging the trench. It'll be a lot easier to dig there, the trench through the gravel to the side of the foundation there. One of Joel's vehicle is a Rivian, and you guys know I have a Tesla, so I've got an interest in EVs, but look what he's able to do here. He's got the hookups in the back of the truck here, able to run his equipment off his truck, so it saves him from having to bring a generator to job sites, for example, and he can get various tasks done if there's no power on site. So pretty interesting. I've had a look at the truck. It's a fantastic truck in my opinion. He's got his family hauler in there as well. See the child seat. A great vehicle. This is Joel Dijkema, owner and master electrician of Dijkema Electric. He's using his vacuum here to pull up a line, suck up a line in the smaller conduit that's going to bring the internet connection to the shop. There it is. So sucked up by the vacuum. That's amazing. And so it almost went right in there. Yeah. That little thing chases it right up the conduit. Yep. Good stuff. Standing here with Joel Dijkema. As you can see, Dijkema Electric on his shirt there. Owner and master electrician of the company. So Joel, what do we have going on here with the project right now, and how are we connecting power down to the house site?
Yeah, good questions. Yeah, we got the 4-inch duct bait coming in here. You can see it's not assembled yet. But we got the marks there to make sure we got our proper depths inside our coupling. We got our pull rope. Since there is no real fish that's 500 feet long, so we pulled the rope through as we built. We're not building this yet because we got to get the concrete back there. We don't have the depth. As you can see, it's very shallow. We'll be able to get that pipe farther in. but we're gonna have to cover it all in concrete to protect the wire and the pipe. We're gonna end up pulling close to 300 amp wire in there because of the distance back. So we got voltage drop, etc. So we had to accommodate that. We have our service coming in overhead to the shop, which we did a couple years ago, over down the mast into a panel there, and we're feeding off the panel with a 125 amp breaker back to the building in the back. So it's quite the run. We also vacuumed our ENT pipe, which is a flexible conduit. So we vacuumed a line into that, and it goes all the way back for the internet. So yeah, it worked out pretty good. We had the big power source and the big vacuum, so we ended up getting it sucked down pretty quick. So we're basically making sure when this is all concrete poured, we're not dealing with anything after. So yeah, it's been going well. It's going to be a fun pull to get the cable out back, but yeah, we do all our planning, and then the execution seems to be going well.
We got Joel ready, Brody's ready, equipment's ready, and here's the concrete. Because of the slump, it was easier to use the bucket to get the concrete in place than it is to pour it right on the conduit. That is some skill running that piece of equipment. That's pretty impressive. So this part Brody did with his machine, as you saw. We needed to get in here, couldn't reach with the trough from the back of the truck, so now we're going to try it with the truck itself and see how that goes. We definitely have enough hands here, so this is going well. So I've been helping out as well. I've got my shovel that I've stopped to do a little filming. Brody's working hard. Joel's working hard. I think we've got it down to a system now. I'll get busy again here. So I'm taking a bit of a break right now. Matthew there in the black t-shirt, that's what I was doing. Brody brings over that load in his bucket. This is actually quicker than just letting it run out of the chute. I mean, Brody's skill is quite impressive. This is where the encasing, the concrete cap of the conduit starts. The trench itself from here to the foundation, this is one of the few areas on the property where there actually is some topsoil. So you've got anywhere from, I don't know, 18 to 24, maybe even 36 inches as you get to the side of the foundation there. So concrete's not needed here. There's enough depth to bury the conduit without having to encase it in concrete. Let's have a walk up and check out this pile of concrete. This conduit is buried inside this mound of concrete all the way up. We used 13 yards, I think it's metric yards, of concrete. Essentially it's 4 to 6 inches, I believe, around the conduit. And here it takes, I think it's a 33-degree bend and heads over towards the corner of the building. Inside the building, you can see there where the mast is where the panel is, and this is actually, the house is going to be run off the panel in the shop. We have the capacity, we have the extra and available amperage, and so that's how that's going to work. A more cost-efficient, effective way than creating a new meter and ESA request for new power here at the property. Joel came up with this solution, and like I said, it's very efficient, very effective, and saves me a few dollars.